right, so boom, listen. We have completed the game letter to the future, and now we're gonna talk about it. All right. First of all, if you don't want spoilers, just go watch me play it. If you want to go watch, like, I ain't gonna lie, this game is slept on. Like, no, there's not a lot of big. It's not any big YouTubers, to be honest, that play the game. It's all small, well, relatively small. Content creators such as myself. I thought it was gonna blow up. I thought it was gonna at least get a, like, I, somebody from the big leagues was gonna talk, play it, but hey, they missing out, man. It's a good game. So check it out. Yeah, you're gonna get spoiled, so don't even watch the video. I'm not the person that is, I don't try to not spoil things. If I want to talk about it, I gotta talk about it. So, Letter to the Future, Seasons, Letter to the Future. All right, so this game is uniquely different. It's so different. It's hard to put it into a category. It's like its own thing mixed with like 17 other things. But the way I want to start this off is by talking about the bad things. So we always start bad first to get into the good. The bad is, for right now at least. Well, I played the game. What am I saying? All right, look, I'm flustered. All right, let's concentrate on thinking. Right. The bad thing about the game is one of, like, the most annoying things is the lag spikes. I seen it on other people's playthroughs when I watched it. When I finished the game, I watched other people play to see if they got, like, different ending. Well, other than the different endings, and see how they went through passages. It kind of lags at the same point when you get to Valley, right? You ride a little too quick, start chugging, So it's not optimized in certain locations, it chugs here and there, right? But that's like the main concern, other than, like, small, like, nitpicks, like, um, for me it was like, what's something bad? Uh, the map for Tier Valley could have been a little better. I know it's kind of shaded in as you discover new areas, but it would have been nice to have a "you're here" dot. But I understand why, because there are checkpoints. So I guess it's like using the actual map. So that's more nitpick. Not that many characters. I know it's supposed to be a small valley. Everybody left. Blah blah blah. I already know that. Check it. But, like, I felt like it should have been more. Like, it had a lot of talking in it, which is not a bad thing. That's what you want out of a narrative game. But majority of the talking is coming from the protagonist, even though the protagonist is majority silent. It changes from silent from talking, protagonist, which makes me think that they were trying to go silent at the beginning, but at, like, earlier concepts, but it turned into, like, we have to have her talking. So it's like either or. So it changes from here to there, and it's kind of awkward when she's like somebody talking to her, and she goes, "Well, you can't see what I'm doing," but she hits like a default talking animation, but nothing comes out. It gets a little, muddies the water. You feel me? All right. So, also, this, I believe, is the DLC not DLC. What is the E3 trailer? So the original one. I'm gonna actually watch it this time on this go around. But it also looked like it could have had, like, way more valleys. We could have, like, explored way more places. So it kind of felt like bottlenecked. I mean, like, it hypes you up for, like, you're about to explore the world. But if to me, and basically you only explore one other place. I know there's, like, the mailing office, and then, like, you trek through months to get to the to Tier Valley's, like, entrance, but they made it seem like we were gonna go here to this specific place here, but we only went to one village, and that village may be important, maybe, like, all that we necessarily needed, but it didn't feel like if it kind of make you feel like you about to do a Death Stranding, and trust me, Death Stranding made you feel like you walked across the earth, bro. Trust me, bro. Like that, like, it made you think that you were going around the earth. I don't. Okay, this trailer is not the trailer that I'm talking about. I'm gonna switch to the other trailer, and I'll be right back. All right, so, like, this was the trailer I was talking about. See how, like, vast, wide open it looks. It looked like, I forgot what trailer I watched. I think it was. I don't think it was the release trailer, because I didn't play it on release. I think it was, like, basically, it looked like you were going through, like, this giant grassland. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be open world, but it really had that, like, like that feeling like it's gonna be open world. And I know that there was issues with the development and all the stuff, like some drama or some bullshit was going on, but me personally, right? I feel like I got swindled a little bit. It just felt like see look, what we had something like this. It was like the Valley back. But some of these scenes like that, we didn't have that. That looks fire. We had that. That's going into Tier Valley, I believe. We don't that's that right there. That is fire. Why didn't we have the farmhouse? Where's the farmhouse level? You could have, like, come on, man. I would have loved to go there. It's and there's a and obviously stuff gets cut when you're making a game, but it felt like it could have been like it felt like it could have been better, like more expansive. I meant it felt real like we're about to explore the world. Okay, think about this. Your dad's, your pops, right? He's like, "Hey, go explore the world. Go explore the entire states of America," and you just go to New York. Like, yeah, that might be a cool little place, right? Because it is the best. But like, what about California? What about Arkansas, man? It's got to feel like you're going through like points. That's why Death Stranding, you can even say Death Stranding even had oversold. I mean, overpromised. Basically, you could have said they gave way more than they had to when it comes to walking, because you could literally. Well, I don't. I'm guessing you could walk from one end to the other, but I know there's bikes, paths, ropes, ladders, climbs, all that, and then depot stations in between to make money to do those things. But I've never played it, but I would think that you could just walk all the way there, And I'm not saying make it open world, because it's not. This game is not open world, even though it really has that perception. I think it should be more. Um, it should be more tailored to open world, but basically goes set to set. That's what we do anyway. You start in your village. That's one set. You as soon as you walk out and you get on your bike to go down to the mailing place, that's one set. So we just need more sets. That's all. And I felt like there are like quote unquote secrets, right? But like recording the bird, and did she say that the humans should talk instead of, I mean, sing instead of talk? That's a neat little feature, but you could go places where you could see me in the playthrough going to like over here. Let me check over here for like little secrets, trinkets, but everything is kind of out in the open and very like meticulously placed. Like there's a couple things like the monkey that's hiding in like up high. There's a couple things that's like hiding like that, but it's nothing like it lets you go all the way over here to see nothing type deal. And that would be fine if it was open world, but it's not open world. It's a set piece. So you have to if there's not in that corner, then why can a player go all the way in that corner? You feel me? Stuff like that. I look, add a little something or block it off. That's I feel like giving all the players, you could walk all the way over here and then nothing happens. There's nothing over there. There's nothing you could pick up. There's no signs. There's no pictures. There's no, you know what I mean. And another thing, when it comes to riding, you get stuck quite often. It feels real like everything's a wall. If you don't stay on a beaten path, you're gonna get stuck on something. And I understand that, but it could have been a little smoother. That's it. But as for that's all the bad things I really can think about right now. I swear I'm doing this off the dome, so I promise you, when this video's over, I'm gonna have like, oh, I didn't talk about this, blah blah blah. So what else? What else? Nothing else really bad other than Pate's body. Why you made man chunky? But other than that, look, God, is crazy. All right, so let's talk about the goods. I love a narrative single player game. All right, I wouldn't even know how. Well, you can do multiplayer narrative games, but they usually always have some supernatural or some bullshit in it, like the Valley game. Not Valley. What was it called? The one where like you had to hide from like the Wendigos or something. I don't know. It's not coming to the brain right now, but it was like a horror game. Anyway, um, I love narrative games, and there's not a lot of them coming out right now because narrative is hard to do, and people and you can sell a good narrative game, but this this is not a good example because it didn't blow up. It should, it has like a lot of like thoughtful moments, like a lot of great like captions, a lot of things. I'm gonna be quoting. I'm gonna be saying quotes from this game in regular conversations for at least a month, maybe three. So it's really like in depth. Okay, the mechanic of recording and taking your own pictures, that's a fire mechanic. Like that, picture taking was already a mechanic in some games, but it was more like static, like Life is Strange. If you want to like get some achievements, it was always like take 7 pictures every episode, and then I think you get an achievement or just for like completionary. But basically, you have to go to this specific place, do this specific action to get that specific picture. This game, you can take a picture of of the same flower 14 times, put it on the same page. Fire, It gives you creativity. It makes you do whatever you want. Also, no disrespect to my fellow creation contenters, right? But I had the best notebook. I really put work into my notebook. Some people been not even filing in a like I only missed like two of them. That wasn't fully complete. But some of them have been neglecting the notebook, bro. My shit on fire. I went through it. I even changed that much because I knew how good it was. Like I was just built different, bro. So let's just have that. Let's just set the record straight. All right. Second of all, the recording sounds, you gotta love that. You can record any sounds you hear in the game. That will actually get amplified. Well, I would hope so you can hear it better. But you take out your recorder, sounds get higher, and you can record whatever you want. Like I said, you can record the same sound and put it on the same page. It's really good. Like it's top 10. Like that, you never seen. I've never seen that mechanic in a game. So that's why having a great mechanic is good. But I'm still trying to figure out why this didn't sell big though. That's the like no like everybody likes that indie hit, but I guess this one didn't hit that hard. I'm pretty sure they made their money back. Obviously, it's a good game, but I might have to do research into that. Like, why nobody fucking with season, bro? you know, but bro, look at this grassland, bro. I look so beautiful, Got a little clickbaited, but it's cool. Anyway, but check it out. Another thing when it comes to the people are very, very like the only people I can say that's like give like I know for sure is not a robot is like the wife, the kid, and the artist. Everybody else got me like, for especially the one Greyhand that we met. That guy's bro, the character models is not helping these people. Like they felt real robotic, even though they had other than Patrick, even though he built like a refrigerator, he had like a relatable story. And the story, if you guys listen to his dream, the dream is literally the story. So blah blah blah, the apple, blah blah. It's basically like like it's a good story. All right, it all started with Patrick's dream about basically he went to an apple tree, eat an apple. It turned into something like terrible. He looked around and he saw people, and he looked around and he saw our main character in the background writing stuff down. And then later on, something happened, bright light, and then he's holding something in his hand. He takes a bite of it, and it's the best thing he ever ate. That's basically what happens because you blah blah blah, something bad happens. The village is dying. Record the season next season. I don't know. Basically, the ending was their minds get erased. Depending on your ending, their minds get erased, and that's why he says it's he doesn't know what's in his hand, even though it's an apple. I just thought it was cool. Now what they could have now fire cell shaded vibe. I love the main character's fit, right? I love the atmosphere. I love the sound. The sound design is crispy. You gotta love it. I gotta get that sound. I gotta get that soundtrack in my playlist. Absolutely. Um, I think that's it for this portion. All right, next portion is how I would make it better. First of all, like I said before, I would add more sections, more scenes. It's very limited. If I could count on my hand, you got the original village, going the mail place, and I'm talking about scenes that like you do stuff in, not like traveling scenes. Um, then you have the like water tower, like bridge, like broken bridge area. That's three, and then you get to the entrance of tier. That's one. You're in tier, which I'll just say that we'll just category that. We'll just put two, just because it's expansive. And you got the monk hideout or whatever. That's damn, I can't count, seven. And then you got the shore, eight, and then you got the warning lights, and that's nine. You got nine scenes. You gotta at least give me 20. Yeah. Okay, 20, 15, 15. You gotta give me 15. And in between those 15, it's gotta be different villages. Like I know there are three villages at the postcard thing, like postcard place. It was one Tier Valley, it was one that like the new like place that they were going, and it was something else. Oh yeah, it was for the blue skinned people like island. Maybe we could have, tried to like shimmy. We could have added more postcards to like different areas, like a different village, a farm village. It could have been one card that was like to the westerns out front growing the corn or something, and we could have went there, got what they had to say. Everybody was in a community. Maybe they had a different perspective because they were alone or farther away from a community. You get better aspects. You can have more dialogue. You can make your story more richer, stuff like that. So also, I don't. Well, I would have done this. I would have let you name the season at the end, like either type it out, or I would have gave you like a set of like the season of beginning is a season of new, the season of change, or give you like a list of 10 to pick from, and then that's the new season because there is no name, So I feel like if you're recording this season, you should at least name the next season. Like the seasons are probably named like based on what happens, but I'm pretty sure the war season didn't start off at war. But even if they did, it could have been named something else. Um, uh, Other than add more scenes and then that little nitpick at the end, it's a pretty solid story. Yeah, it's a pretty solid story. I ain't gonna lie. So it's time for me to rank it now. Ranking, I don't have my list yet, like a visual list. So we're just gonna like think in our brains. Top 10 single player games for me is Cyberpunk. No. Life is Strange, the original, or remastered. It's really no difference. Life is Strange is number one. Cyberpunk is number two, and that's all I got. Like I know there's some stragglers of story games that I need to put on there, like Sally Face. I haven't played Oxford's Free, so I heard it's a good game, but it never really hit me, like caught me like up. I might have to play it. Like if somebody comments I should play it, I might play it, but it doesn't seem like a game like. I don't want to diss a game that's like loved just because I don't like how it plays. But Sally Face, Night in the Woods, uh, the game I played before, Children of the Sky, I believe. Like those games are not categorized mainly because I haven't played two of those games, and I don't really know how to feel about those games. I gotta talk it out in my brain to see what place. But this one, just because of how short it is, but it is still good. Listen, to make it on the top 10 list at all is an honor. So don't think I'm trying to disrespect the game. But for right now, we're gonna sit it at 9. Now the reason it's not 10 is because it's not terrible. I'm only sitting at like a bare minimum good game. Like there's barely something holding it back. This game gets his point across with a little extra, but there's just it felt bottleneck. A lot of information on just this one village could have been spread out between different villages, different places. It changes. You feel me? So it's gonna sit at 9, right? We'll categorize the rest later at a later date after I probably play them, replay them, or whatever. Because I haven't played Night in the Woods, but I've seen it a lot of times, so I basically played it. You feel me? That's about it. I do want to drop this quick commentary because mainly I haven't done commentary in a while. I haven't. There's nothing for me to talk about. If I want to talk about something, I'm gonna make a commentary over it. Like I've already talked about all this stuff. That's why this channel started off. Well, it didn't start off commentary, but I had a little commentary phase because I had a lot to talk about. There's a lot I wanted to say, a lot I wanted to like get off my chest, if you will. You know what I mean? So that's just what I got to say about it. 90 isn't that bad, but like I said before, man, bottlenecked. Hey, roll the outro. And yes, I'm gonna keep on saying roll the outro, even though I don't have an outro. You know what I mean?